The following program is hosted by immature, irreverent, obnoxious, and often disgusting young men. Listener discretion is advised.
This time on Nude Clan, the clan returns to the Uwe Boll.
Shall we play a game?
Player to another. Dark soul light. Turn on the TV, pick up the controller and play some games with the new clan.
Welcome to another episode of Nude Clan, the gaming podcast that is obsessed with points and points
and lists
and lists.
Yeah.
And really shitty Uwe Boll movies. I am your host, Caleb Schweiss.
Caleb Craig.
And this is Cameron.
Today, if you haven't discerned this from the title of the episode, we will be going over the hit, amazing film, Bloodrayne.
Yeah, it totally does not have a 4% on Rotten Tomatoes.
Yes, definitely not. It's a 40%. They left off the zero, some sort of technical glitch. That they can't. They
it's
just
still not a great improvement.
Instead of total shit, it's just mostly bad.
Yeah, it's just mostly not good. The 2005 hit movie, of course. We'll be diving into that. We just watched that today, so it's fresh on the mind, as fresh as it can be. We got a couple really fun announcements near the end of the show. We got a new competitive thing going on with the Hogib app, which if you aren't using,
then fucking do it.
Yeah, you should be using.
We will find you, and we will coerce you into it.
Yeah, exactly. Cameron.
I have no coercion yet, so.
Yeah, exactly. We're going to be doing some cool stuff with that.
Legs if you don't.
We've got some good games coming up on the horizon next week. We've got Pokemon Let's Go. Mm-hmm. That's going to be a giveaway game next week, which is when we'll have the drawing. Perfect timing. Got another game that we're working on that's going to be given away as well. As soon as Cameron finishes that one, which we'll work on after this.
Yep.
It's a fun one, so I think you'll...
No, I believe it, too. I just need to get
Do we have another vote? When's our next vote?
Yeah, we will have a vote today as well.
Do we?
Mm-hmm.
Okay.
We haven't had one.
For who? And for what?
I'll tell you when the time comes, Caleb.
I don't think you know, and that's why I'm asking.
You'll know.
Because I'm pretty sure you're just winging it, and I just need to know for sure what's happening.
Well, maybe you can look and see if we have a vote while we move on.
Yeah.
We don't have a fucking, concrete fucking schedule right now, Cam. I can't just look up whether or not we have one.
You can make one based on what we've done so far, which is how we've been doing it.
I don't think that's how we've been doing it.
It is. Well, except for when we have weeks on end of no review for a game not beaten.
We had a week.
For Red Dead?
Yeah.
No, it was 2 weeks.
No, it was 1 week.
Was it one? Just
one? Yeah, it was only pushed one.
Oh. See, exactly. It's all fucked up because of that.
I don't think it is, but okay.
Well, I don't think you think, so there.
I had a feeling that's what you were going to say.
So we're going to be getting into all of that, guys, though. But first, great way to support the show. Subscribe. Hit that sweet, sweet subscribe button. Share it with your friends. Got Patreon. Patreon.com/NudeClan. YouTube.com. We don't really use, but it's there. We've been starting to stream a little bit more. We're starting to play more games with each other. We've been doing a lot of Modern Warfare this week.
I had
I like how
3 streams yesterday.
I guess that does make 2 times in a row within a week that we streamed together twice.
Yeah, exactly.
Not stream. I think we just played a game.
I think we played last time.
Week
yeah,
and we didn't stream it, but yeah.
So we're starting to get more into that. If you guys want to join us, you know what our PSN tags are. Add us, get it going. We'll join you. It's always open for anyone that wants to play.
Yeah, if we're in a party, go ahead and join up with us to play some games.
Yeah, you don't need to send a message and ask. I have my messages turned off so they don't pop up in the middle of the game. So if you see us in a party and we're not doing anything, just hop in and say hello.
Yeah, if we get tired of you, we'll just mute you. So if we're not responding to you, then you know But yeah, just join up. It's always an open door policy here at Nude Clan. We're very
yeah, we're very progressive.
It's a safe place for all. So we've been doing a lot more of that, and you can watch us streaming some of that at twitch.tv/NudeClanGaming. You can sub to the channel there. Get that sweet cubby emote. I love it.
Oh, yeah.
We subbed yesterday. I forgot to use it. I should have used it, but it sucks because when we do it on PlayStation, it just shows the name.
It doesn't actually show up.
Yeah. But you can support us there. Patreon. Lots of great places. Buy stuff through Amazon. All that and so much more. NudeClan.net. And our real website, the only website you need to remember, audibletrial.com/NudeClan. Get your Audible. Get your books. Use that brain.
Read with your ears.
Some good stuff on there.
Read with your ears. I want to see you read with your ears. I want to feel it.
I want to see with my mouth you reading with your ears.
Yes.
However you want to interpret that.
I want to see with my mouth the feeling of you reading with your ears. Yes. So, guys, what's everyone been playing this week?
Oh, okay. Let's see. We played some Modern Warfare Remastered last night. That was pretty fun. Then I played some Guacamelee 2, which is fucking great.
I played Guacamole. I got some Costa Vida the other day. It wasn't guacamole. I wasn't fighting it. I was just eating it.
No. See, you don't fight the guacamole.
Oh, okay.
Yeah, that's just what it's called. And it's the first one's a great game. You should play it.
Oh, I thought you had a duel with like a truck of. I guess guac is post.
In the second one, so far from what I've gathered of the story, you're like fighting over the sacred guacamole.
Oh, okay.
Yeah.
So the guacamole is the end game.
Yeah.
It's the goal.
Yeah, it's like the ultimate guacamole made by this one god who spent forever like perfecting its recipe. So
nice.
Yeah. So you gotta save it. And then I played some Path of Exile, which is awesome.
Oh, Conan?
No, it's not a Conan thing. Although the Conan game is free next month.
Isn't that the
Plus?
I thought that was the Path of Exile game, or no?
No. Path of Exile is basically like a free Diablo.
Oh, okay. Yeah, I'm excited for that Conan game. It looks awesome.
Too.
I can't wait to have our dicks out.
It does not have a great Metacritic score, I guess. I think it's like below a 70 or something like that.
We've played worse.
We could see how it is.
Well, you can choose the size of your dick in that game.
Oh man, that's awesome.
I remember. Yeah. Now I remember.
Fuck yes, I'm excited. Hopefully they don't censor it because it's PlayStation and they're getting weird with that right now.
Yeah, they are. And then what the fuck else did I play? Oh yeah, I played Tomb Raider, the reboot.
Yeah, I heard you dying to trees.
Yeah.
And not being able to burn bushes.
Fucking bullshit. No, yeah, the fucking bramble of infinite bore, man. It's bullshit.
Yeah. All right, cool. Cameron, what about you? What have you been playing around with
this week? Firestorm dropped for Battlefield 5, the Battle Royale mode for the game.
Oh, yeah. How is that?
I tried it. So it's fun when it comes to gunfights. Just think of, Battlefield fighting mechanics and stuff like that. And so it's something that you already have ingrained in you. So you're going to do good in firefights. One thing that's bad on PC, but then really bad on PlayStation is loot management and, picking up weapons and making sure you have the ammo for that weapon and stuff like that. That needs some work. So other than that, it's fine.
Do you just find yourself without ammo a lot? Is that what's going on?
No. So, yeah. Yes and no. So you find ammo, but it's always in limited amounts. But when you go up to loot someone and want to swap weapons, you have to make sure you pick up the ammo for that weapon too. And if you already have your ammo slots full, you have to make sure you drop the ammo of the type that you don't need anymore to make room for the ammo. So you bring that on.
That's fucking dumb.
No, Apex does that too. Apex does that. So most Battle Royale games do that. The reason why it's just a chore in the Firestorm, whereas Apex does it right. It's just the controls are bad on PC for that, and it's even worse on console.
Huh. I guess, yeah, it does do that in those other games, doesn't it?
Yeah. It's all about it. You just can't... And you have backpacks and stuff to have more room. for all the weapons and healing items and armor and whatnot, and it's just not intuitive for the loot system.
Got it.
Did he fix that?
All right. I was so excited about the Battle Royale modes in these games, and now I just don't really care. It's just
Battlefield 5 is, again, fun. Apex, I think, is sitting right there in the middle of being unique and competitive. So Apex is in a real good spot, whereas Fortnite's just unique and cartoony, and PUBG's just, PUBG on the PC is just all about realism and, and cutting all the skin bullshit, but then PUBG Mobile's starting to look more like Fortnite when you glance at it than PUBG at the moment. But
so we're in this weird melting pot of ideas, and people are bouncing off of each other.
I think I've never tried the Call of Duty Battle Royale. I don't know how
the
that
blackout
is.
thing.
Mm-hmm.
The guy at work keeps fucking trying to get me to play it with him. He loves it.
But the Battlefield 5 one is fun. Yeah, and then other than that, I started playing Pokemon Let's Go.
Well, let's go, man. You only got a week.
Which version did you play?
More like Camcom Let's Go or Cam Let's Go.
Yeah, and then
you got Eevee.
Yeah, well, my roommate has Eevee.
Oh, okay.
Yeah.
Which one would you have picked?
I'll probably pick Pikachu because
just the iconic,
so I could trade back and forth with my roommate.
Oh, that's a good point. Yeah, the versatility.
Yeah. Other than that, I really didn't play that many games this week. Shocking, but played a lot of Modern Warfare with you guys in the last couple days. So
I am floored by that revelation that you haven't played very many games. This week, Modern Warfare Remastered with you guys. I think I played a level of Plants vs. Zombies for Jace because he couldn't get past this one upstairs. And when I played that level, I was like, man, I kind of just want to drop everything and just play Plants vs. Zombies for the next 20 hours. Because I'm like, this game is so fucking fun, dude.
It's a great game.
It's so good. I think it's the best. RTS game, or not RTS, tower defense game.
It is the best tower
ever.
Defense game. There's none of the other ones even come remotely close.
It's so fucking fun. It's so good. There's so many different ways you can win. And I was sucking at first, and I had a bunch of lawnmowers used, and I was like, I'm gonna get that one trophy where you use all the lawnmowers and you still beat the level. And the second before the last zombie went on the porch to kill me, I dropped the little explodey guy and I killed him, and I got the trophy. I was like, yes. It was ridiculous that I remembered the trophy from this game I played 9 years ago that I didn't get, and was disappointed in myself for not getting. And then I picked it up a week and a half or a week ago now, I think. It's such a good game. Such a fucking fun game.
The bowling is pretty fun in that one too.
Yeah, all of the game modes. It's all of it's just great.
Yeah, using the fucking coconut to do bowling.
Yeah.
Nuts.
So I played just a touch of that, and I played a shitload of Dissidia 012 Duodecim in the hospital because I had my son was born this week, so I stayed overnight. I think it was 3 nights. Yeah, God, that's too many. Slept on this chair that you could it transformed into this fucking couch, and then transformed into this bed basically, and it was not comfortable, dude. It's you got a chair
that can turn into a couch.
I've
I've
spent some time in that chair bed thing.
You know what I'm talking about, though, right? It's leathery, and
it's only for one person, so it's not a couch. So it's like a pull out. Recliner thing where you can pull it out more and kind of lay down on it, and the back leans back really far.
Yeah.
And if you're lucky, one of the nurses will give you a pillow.
Yeah, I got a pillow, and you pull the seat out, and it extends a couple feet, and then you lay the back down, and then you pull the bottom out, and then you pull the bottom bottom out.
Yeah,
and you pull that up, and it becomes this just straight bar of plush. And it's comfy to sit on, but it is not comfortable to lay on. That is fucking terrible.
Yeah, some of the worst sleep.
That was a bad time
had in that chair. So
it's awful, and that's the only fucking chair they have in this place.
Yeah,
it's just the chair. So
I
I
almost
played
wish
a
if
ton.
you know that you're going to spend a lot of time in a hospital room, that you could just bring a cot. And what are they going to say about you bringing a camping cot?
Exactly, yeah.
To camp out.
It would have been so much more comfortable.
Exactly.
Dude, like a
to
million
actually
times.
lay out and then not be confined to like that one straight position you can have.
Yeah. So I played a lot of Dissidia because I was trapped in this room for so long. Tons of that. I beat I think I'm almost done with the Dissidia 12 campaign, actually. Because I know they have the Dudekheim campaign, and I know they redid the campaign for original Dissidia in there as well. And there might be a little bit of extra on the side that I have to play for 012, but I think I might be almost done.
The Prologus or whatever.
Yeah, there's something else, I think.
Yeah.
And I like the characters so far. It's a fun game. They all feel different, except for Laguna. I don't like Laguna. His gun.
He's a fucking dumb character.
I don't dislike his character per se in there, but I don't like his playing as him. It's just awkward.
There's no reason for him to be in there.
I know.
It's like the main characters, and it's like Laguna.
They should have just had Renoa secondary characters. That's kind of what Dudekheim
Renoa
is.
would have made sense.
A secondary guy. So I played a bunch
Even
of that.
Cypher would have made sense, but Laguna.
Yeah, bizarre. But even more than that, I played Chocobo's Mystery Dungeon. Everybody! Woo! For many hours this week, trying to get through the platinum on that. I wanted to be one of the first people to get it. Sadly, 3 other assholes already fucking have it. Should have brought it to the
They're
hospital
playing
with
it
me.
all the time, Schweiss. I keep telling you.
If I would have brought that to the
It's got to
hospital,
be the
I think I
only
could have
thing
done
that
it.
you play, and you have to play it all day, every day.
I think I could have done it.
There are people that you physically cannot
Compete with?
because they have all the time in a day to dedicate to a game, whereas you do not. So
I think I just need to get a 3-day weekend, and just do some coke. And just no sleep. And then just crash at the end of the 3rd day, and then go into work the next day.
Did you finally come back and you're like, how did I get 20 platinums?
Yeah, this is amazing. So those are the only games I played this week. But the real question, some would say the only question that matters, did anyone beat a game this week?
Nope.
Nothing? Okay. Cameron?
no.
Okay, nothing from Cameron. Let me look over mine here. Let's see. Dissidia. Yeah, nothing from me either. Super disappointing week.
It's super disappointing week when you had a child born.
Yeah, very disappointed. A lot of shit's happened this week. I don't know if you noticed, but my bumper is gone.
No.
Yeah,
Oh, you
I-
didn't see that? I looked over at Schweiss's car, and the whole front basically is just gone. I was like, what the fuck?
Yeah, I was doing a U-turn, and I was super tired, and I didn't see a guy, and I just turned into him. The damage wasn't bad, but it broke
A pedestrian or a car?
a car. A pedestrian taking your bumper off, they're probably dead. But yeah, I bumped their door, and then it caught on the back part of their door, and it broke it on the front side, and it was going to drag, so I just broke it off the rest of the way.
And how's their
That was
car?
2 days before the boy was born.
How's their car?
It's not bad. They're going to have to get some. It's obviously damaged. but-
Insurance involved?
Yeah. And the police. Guys, don't call the police if you get in an accident. Don't do it. I know everyone says to do it. You can handle it yourself. If you call them, it's going to take 4 times as long, and someone's probably going to get a ticket. And that someone was me this time.
Oh, everyone has to get a ticket, yeah. Somebody's going to get one.
They don't have to.
No,
but
they
you
have to. If they get called in for an accident, somebody's getting a
No, the
ticket.
first time I had one, I didn't get a
No,
ticket.
if they can clearly
Yeah.
see someone is at fault, they'll give a ticket. But
And I admitted it
if
because
there's
it was
not-
my fault.
Well, you're not supposed to admit
Yeah,
fault.
Well, I know, but that's why
never admit fault.
That's why I do it, because I don't want them to call the police. I don't want to get a
Oh my
ticket, so we
god,
can
dude!
just get taken
my,
care of.
my mom got in a fucking accident a little while back, right? And the other person said that it was her fault, and my mom got the ticket.
Yeah,
It's
well,
fucking bullshit.
yeah. So that happened, and then 2 days later, the boy was born. And then also, guys, I shit you not, my fucking grandma went into cardiac arrest the day that my son was born, and I'm just like, I'm there with fucking 3 hours of sleep in the last 5 days. I'm like, what the fuck is happening?
It is time for her to be reborn. as
Yeah,
your child.
yeah. So they put in a
Fucking weird.
they put in a temporary pacemaker, and
Okay.
she was
I
in
was
the.
about to say the way you announced it sounded like she didn't die, so that's why I made a joke. But she's still alive.
Yeah, oh yeah. She was in the same hospital that I was, and I was like, well, that's kind of convenient. That's like the first bit of good news I've had. Like, is she in, is she
You know, at
down
least you-
south? Is she here?
At least she was considering enough way for me to be in the building.
Exactly, yeah. And so I'm like, man, this is a fucking nutso week going on. Like, the first time I've been in an accident in like 7-8 years.
You're running back and forth like, why are you going back for? Yeah, my grandma's dying. And
No, that's what
my wife's giving birth. And,
that's what I told him. I was like, and when we were leaving, they're supposed to walk us out with the baby. I'm like,
Yeah.
this is really weird, but my grandma is actually here too. Can we just go visit her? Like, we're gonna leave with him in the car seat. Like, I'm just gonna go see her. And they're like, oh yeah, that's totally fine. I'm like, I know it's really, really awkward. And like, it was the same day, even like the same morning that this fucking shit happened. But yeah, so it's been like a ton of shit, and I'm trying to just like I'm not really worried about the car thing. I'm just going to order in another bumper, put it on myself, like fix it up, because the deductible for the insurance is like $1,000, and I'm pretty sure I can do it for less.
Yeah.
I'm going to look at that. Might just have him do it. I don't know.
Did you wash your car finally?
No, still got the fucking.
So how was that? Your car there with all the fucking,
Well, it clearly didn't work because the cop still gave me a fucking ticket. But
did he even comment on it?
the bonus cop did. He's like, yeah, you can get some like goo away stuff if that's not coming off. Like, he was super cheery, but the straight up cop that showed up was not happy with me.
Why?
He just was grumpy. I don't know. He's just pissed off.
I think they do that on purpose.
Yeah,
Good
and they
cop,
gave me a
bad cop.
ticket, so he's clearly not fucking pleased.
No, well.
Now when I renew my license, I'll be like, oh, I already paid. Like, what are you talking about? Yeah, I paid a ticket. You guys got $125. That's
That
enough,
reminds me, I'm gonna have to go to the DM this month. I'm gonna have to go to the DMV this month, and I need to renew my license, so I'm just gonna do that.
Yeah.
and then get my tags for my car again.
Yeah, same. Not a great. And then I'm also refinancing my house, and while I'm in the hospital, I'm like signing documents to get it finished up. Like, it's just so much right now, and now it's like all over. Except I had to fix my bumper.
Yeah.
Eventually, it's not like undrivable. It doesn't affect the driving at all. It just looks like shit.
Well, there's no more safety here, but if you get pulled over for something else, you could be ticketed for not having a bumper.
I guess that's true.
No,
I
it's
should probably
true.
get it done.
You should probably get it done.
So a lot of shit's been going on, and that's why I haven't beat a game.
Nice.
I don't know. I'm a slacker. So yeah,
I mean, just the baby by itself is excuse enough.
Well, I
so.
mean, 2 of the games that you're playing are fucking long ass RPGs.
they are. The PSP does this thing where it tells me I've been playing it for like 12 hours, and I'm just like, I just don't think that's true. I think there's like a super turbo mode for the fucking PSP with the time. It's like, all right, you played it 8 hours today. And I was like, I've been awake for 5. I don't think so. But it's still a long game. But anyway, guys, we're not here to talk about that. We are here to talk about Bloodrayne. Let's get into that. An Uwe Boll film.
A father, a daughter, a mighty leader.
She could mean the end. The beginning of the world as we know it.
A prophet,
They have been talking for years that Caden was in search of a prodigious child. Where is she?
a young hero,
What will make us think that you won't attack?
a guardian, a land ruled by evil, a secret society of avengers.
This is the headquarters of the Brimstone Society. Physical strength means nothing.
I do not intend to stop fighting for a second.
Will the world be ruled by light or darkness?
Prepare to witness the beginning of the new era.
Bloodrayne. The adventure begins.
Oh man, January 6, 2006. What a birthday present for me. I didn't even know. 15th birthday, Bloodrayne. God. 2005 German-American fantasy action horror film set in the 18th century in Romania, apparently. Directed by our main man, Uwe Boll. He is most of the movies we will watch for this show. Good portion, at least. Now that we've started doing, like, the sequels, not as much. But he's always involved. He just produces them instead of directing them. For better or for worse. The film stars Kristana Loken, Michael Madsen, Matthew Davis, Will Sanderson, Billy Zane, Udo Kier, Meatloaf, Michael Paré, Michelle Rodriguez, Ben Kingsley, and Geraldine Chaplin. Some kind of big names in there.
Yeah.
For an Uwe Boll film. I was actually really surprised. Also, I can't take Michael Madsen seriously with the hair he's got. It's just ridiculous.
He just looks. Most everyone looks out of place in this film too.
Yeah. I mean, none of the stuff.
It's like they had everything ready to go be in a different movie, and all they had to do is quickly like put on clothes that might match the theme of what's going on, and then everything else just looks out of place.
Yeah, there are numerous scenes. Like, there's a part where fucking Michelle Rodriguez is taking off some clothes to go swimming, and she's got a fucking tank top on.
Yeah, it looks like she was trying to be Lara Croft in there and doing some cave diving.
A fucking tank top.
Yeah, she had like
what?
fucking skin tight
she
clothes
had
in
like
the
a
1800s or whatever
she had
it's
like
fucking
some
supposed to be.
some sort of suit coat on over a tank top. And then she takes that off and had some, like, I don't know.
She almost had, like, yoga pants with frills at the bottom. And I'm like,
yoga pant capris.
Like, they didn't even try to cover this up. Like, no one had fucking tank tops back then. Like, that's a very modern thing. Fucking tank top.
It was interesting, to say the least.
God.
Yeah, and she and the main chick were both, like, the most immodest women of all time.
Yeah, it would not have been good. In that era, at least. So it's based on the Majesco Entertainment PS2 game Bloodrayne, which I have played probably about half of. I thought it was a pretty fun game, actually, back in the day. But you guys haven't really played much of this. You said you did a little, right, Craig?
I've seen it played, but I've never actually played it myself.
So you have no idea what it is?
Not at all.
I know it's like a hack and slash type thing. But
it's like a really unenthused God of War. You just play as Bloodrayne and you just cut Nazis up. It's got some cool slow-mo effects with them, like their legs and arms flying off and shit. But it's set in like it's set in like 1930.
Yeah, it's supposed to be 1933.
And I don't remember if there's any discussion in the game about like this kind of stuff happening, like the 18th century shit that we have in this movie. So it's not necessarily not part of the canon, but it's pretty not part of the canon.
Yeah.
Okay. Yeah.
Film was produced by Uwe Boll, Daniel Clark, Wolfgang Harold, and Sean Williamson. Written by Guinevere Turner. So one writer this time. That's a rarity. Fucking the music was by Henning Lohner. Most of it not great. Budget, guys, $25 million, and it only made $3.7 million back. Ben Kingsley wasn't
That's
enough.
a good thing he got like half of that back in taxes. It was like one of the last years he could do it.
Yeah, exactly.
Gotta eke one of those out while that's still a thing.
I can't believe that came out on my birthday. What a downer. No wonder I must have been really pissed off when I was 15. Fucking Bloodrayne movie came out. Anyway, the movie starts out. The plot of it centers around Rain, who is, of course, our main character, and she's a breed of half human and vampire. And what is the word for this, Craig?
It's Dampier, but every time they say it in the movie, they say Dampier.
Dampier.
Dampier. No, it's Dampier. Like, there's no fucking PH in there at all. They're assholes with that word. And I don't know who told them how to pronounce it, but they're not.
They all do
it
it, though.
right.
Yeah, every one of them pronounces it that way.
Every single one.
So is this? I know in the movie they're unaffected. They're not weakened by crucifixes because Rain has a crucifix on her necklace, and she doesn't need blood, but she can't touch holy water. Is that what that's supposed to be, or is it supposed to be just a hybrid?
No, it's just like all water.
Okay.
Yeah.
Is that how it is for the Dampier or whatever, though?
It depends on like whatever the world is.
Oh, so it's not like a set thing.
Yeah.
All right. So she is the daughter.
Usually they don't have the same weaknesses though.
Oh,
like,
if you
if
Google-
you remember Blade, like from the Marvel movies with the like. Well, Wesley Snipes,
Wesley Snipes,
like
yeah.
he's a daywalker. He's not affected by the sunlight. Or
If you Google dampier, and it goes, the Balkans folklore, and then a dampier, and then it goes in parentheses, sometimes spelled with dampier with a Y, dampier, but with a PHIR, and so maybe they found that spelling and just went with dampier.
Okay.
Maybe. So she's the daughter of the vampire king Kagan, who I like to call Kegel in there. This is fucking vag muscles. Who is getting an army of people like humans and vampires, and he wants to destroy the human race, basically. So sets up the bad guy pretty early on. He's just an evil bad guy. There's not really anything to the bad guy, which is, of course, Ben Kingsley's character. Very unfortunate casting for him. He doesn't really do a whole lot. Rain's whole motivation, though, is that she says she saw him rape and kill her mother.
There's a part where she says that, and then she kind of like changes her story later.
Yeah. And then we see a flashback, and he just kills her. Like, I guess the whole idea is that he raped her, and that's why she's here.
Yeah, like he's her father.
And so this whole time, throughout the whole movie, well, most of the movie, Kegel is looking for Rain. And
well, he's looking for the pieces and also for her.
Yeah. The pieces of this,
like some ancient vampire that's supposed to get rid of like the weaknesses for the other vampires.
Right. And that's like it's almost like an Indiana Jones kind of thing where they're going after the crystal skull or the fucking whatever.
Yeah.
The fountain of youth, the goblet of fire. It's like they're seeking these little things out, and Kegel's plan is to get them and absorb them into his body so that he doesn't have the weaknesses of other vampires. So like you consume these pieces. It's like a heart, a fucking
the
eye,
and then whatever the fucking last thing was.
Liver and rib bone.
Yeah, there's like a bone in one of them.
Yeah.
I don't understand. It's like the fucking
I think it was just the bone, the heart, and the eye. Or
it's
something
Adam's
like
bone used to create Eve.
Maybe.
Yeah, it's just looking for that first lost rib bone. I actually had somebody tell me one time that men have one fewer rib bone because of that, and I was like, "What? Like, have you ever seen a guy with who's missing a finger because it got cut off by a saw? When that guy has a kid, the kid's got all his fingers. You know that, right? Like, he doesn't just lose that part of his fucking genetic identity because he lost a finger. Like, just making sure here." Yeah. So that's what happened. This is the fucking first rib. And it's so dumb because like there's just random body parts like the liver. I'm like, why would was he like not a drinker? He didn't really drink much. He's got a real strong liver. Wasn't weakened over the
I
years.
was just trying to connect, the body part to what immunity it's supposed to give to you.
Yeah.
It just didn't make sense.
Maybe he just couldn't get drunk. Maybe that's what it was. His liver was like so fucking OP. It just processed it and it was fine.
Like, it would make some more sense if, like, the liver was the water and then the eyeball was sunlight, Like, you could kind of make a connection there, but no, it's like, whatever. It's fucking random.
Yeah, anyway, so that's kind of the setup of it. We get introduced to this Brimstone Academy, who's a group of warriors that are sworn to fight vampires. So their whole deal is they're running around the countryside hunting and killing vampires. And these characters are Sebastian, Vladimir, and Katerin. And Katerin is, of course, Michelle Rodriguez.
Yeah.
Sebastian is the dude with the ridiculous hair.
Yeah, the fucking stupid hair that's like half mullet, half like bangs.
And Vladimir is played by Michael Madsen in the movie. So we get introduced to Rain. They're like at a fucking like a freak show thing that they're doing, a circus dealio.
Yeah.
And they're really all they're doing is just abusing people, as far as I could tell, in this in this place. So,
Well, really, the only scene you get is fucking the one chick that she's friends with, like doing some fancy moves with her blade tonfas, which doesn't really make sense that she would have those. But anyway, and then the other thing is them showing off like her vampiric powers, basically.
yeah, so they take her out in front of the people, and they put her hand in water, and it burns her flesh. So her flesh is all cut up and burned. And then the guy like cuts her up physically, and then he slaughters a goat. He has a goat slaughtered and like has Rain drink the blood. I thought it was really funny as they were like pulling the goat away. If you look at the goat's like just kind of moving with them. You know, like the goat's still alive.
Yeah, the goat's fine.
They didn't replace it with a dead goat or a fake. No, well, like a.
They only
fake
slit his
goat.
throat. That's not going to stop that goat.
Yeah, it's like a chicken with his head cut off.
They didn't replace it with just anything, just like something woolly and furry. You just like don't even get to look at.
Yeah.
Very long, but no, just walking the goat out.
Yeah, just fucking walking it right back. Thanks, buddy. Thanks for the donation. So they have her drink the blood, and
then she gets healed.
she becomes healed. And this is weird because, like, is it traditional for vampires to be able to drink animal blood too? Like,
It's just blood.
I know vampire bats do that. They don't really drink human blood. They drink like cattle blood.
I think
and
it's
shit.
any blood. I don't think it really matters.
Okay. All right. So she drinks the blood, and her arm heals. Not a bad animation for that, surprisingly, compared to some of the other animations in the movie. Her arm heals up. Her stab wounds and cuts heal up. She's good to go. Everyone's like, oh my God, it's such a big deal. And also, there's like a scene where there's a mother that like covers her kid's eyes after they slit the goat's throat. And I'm like, is there no like fucking warning as to what's going to happen at these shows? Like, you just kind of walk up and there's no NPAA in this world. There's no like fucking PG-13 R.
What do you think? They got the fucking ESRB for blood sports? Like, what the fuck, man?
Well, I mean, it doesn't have to be a blood sport. It's just a freak show. There's the bearded woman, you know. You got the strong man.
You're
a
expecting
large man in a
censorship
dress.
in like the fucking 13th century or whatever.
We got the jugglers, the chick cutting the candles to pieces, and then we got the fucking goat slaughter and the chick drinking the goat's blood. That's like there's a level that you had going, and then you peaked very high, and it was very disturbing for those involved. But yeah, she gets shown off. She's like, everyone's like, oh my God, it's so crazy, you know. And then they throw her back in her little cage, right? And she kind of goes to sleep, but then we're immediately thrust into this fucking flashback thing.
Yeah, it was like a flashback.
No, it was a flash forward.
Yeah, it was a flash forward, and then there was a flashback to what happens before flash forward.
No. So it was a flashback for her dream.
Well, it cuts to like the
and then
enemy
it cuts
suit.
to the present where she's running away, and you have no idea how she got there. Then it does another flashback to how she escaped.
What led up to that?
Yeah,
it was stupid.
It was so weird. Okay, flashback to her dad, vampire, and it's weird, and he's like attacking her mom in her dreams and stuff. And then she's all bloody and running through the woods and stuff. We're like, are we still in the flashback? It's like, is this her escaping him, whatnot? Because that would make sense, continuity wise, that you're still a flashback because it was still doing like the weird camera angle stuff. But no, then it does another flashback. But this time to where she just was moments before. In the cage.
Yeah,
and
the thing that they could have just shown normally as a progression of time, but no.
Why? Why show it as her escaping?
Why would you do that?
Why would it just
when you
be
could have a flashback?
Why can't it just be her having a bad dream, her getting woken up by the guy who comes into her cage, instead of her having a dream to her in the fucking woods and covered in blood for some fucking reason, to then flashback to why she's covered in blood? It made no sense. It was just like a pain to follow. It was like, what?
Yeah, it was rough. And
Are you questioning Uwe Boll's directing?
And this is like 15 minutes in.
This one, did
no,
he?
He did.
He did? Oh,
yeah.
Fuck.
He directed and
I thought
produced.
he was producing. Okay, no.
Yeah, this is Uwe Boll, man.
Oh.
This is Uwe Boll all over.
Uwe Boll.
Yeah. So after that, this other dude from the circus comes in to get some ass, and he kind of holds her down, and she breaks a bottle over his head, and he starts bleeding, and the blood kind of goes into her mouth and on her face, and then she just goes berserk. She rips
his throat out, then escapes the thing, and then like the
Finds an
circus
innocent
leader pulls a
bystander.
sword out on her.
She finds an innocent bystander, gets him, and then the circus guy comes out with a sword, and then she goes on him.
Yeah, kills everyone off, and then her friend shows up at the very end. She's like, "Oh, hey," and she bites her all sensitively, and then she kind of comes to her senses, takes her little sword arm thingies, and then runs away. And that's when we cut to where the flashback began. The flash forward.
So fucking
So
stupid.
now we're all caught up, all in the present. Kills her buddy and gets out. And this is where she runs into that family on the road. She's traveling, and she runs
waits
into
a good amount of time, just long enough for the men to be killed by the vampires that ambush the family cart.
Yeah, exactly.
And
so
then
that
she
they'll
comes
let her
in
in.
and saves
There's
them.
a lot of waiting on her part.
Yeah, so
throughout the movie.
she rescues this family. The family's kind of scared of her at first, and then she's like, "I don't thirst for human blood." And then they're just like chilling together,
And they
riding in the
totally
car.
just don't remember that two guys got owned by those vampires.
Exactly. Yeah, there's like no mourning. There's no sort of like disappointment at the fact that they died. Stupid. Then we get and then she gets to a fucking town, and this is when we get the fortune teller lady who like spots her in this crowd and then like pulls her in and like reveals that she reveals that her father Kegel has become like the most powerful vampire in the whole realm. And one of the lines that this lady gives, terribly, by the way, awful performance, she tells her, like, "You've been hiding well." And it's like, you just picked her out in the fucking street. You're like, that's the chick. That's the one we've been needing. She's been hiding in, like, plain
She's the
sight.
only person dressed in anything different from the rest of the peasants.
And
She was in a fucking moving freak show. How is this hiding well?
Yeah, they constantly show her off night by night on her vampiric powers. Like, what the fuck?
Yeah, that's so dumb. And then that became like the cover up for every plot hole later of how people find stuff. It's because they hid it well.
Yeah.
How do they find the castle? They hid it well.
Yeah. Nobody knows about this place. It's hidden in plain sight.
It's right in front of your nose. Anyway, this is when we find out about the ancient talisman, the mystical eye thing, and she needs to find it to get to Kegel.
Okay, yeah, so she starts hearing voices or whatever in her head, and so she wakes up in the middle of the night again. This time it doesn't flash forward just to have it flash back, but she like starts wandering around this monastery, and then she comes upon this guy who's clearly been disabled. He's had some harsh times in life. He's like his head's and face is all fucked up.
He's
like,
huge.
He's huge. He's just a guy who's trying to do his job. And then she like wakes him up, and then he's like, "Oh shit, I got to do my job," and then she like fucking brutalizes him. Steals his fucking crucifix, the only thing that's like letting him be, himself, because they gave him a job at this church. They fucking kill this poor priest guy, and then she like steals their treasure just to become a more powerful vampire.
Yeah, this is a
brutal shit.
This is ridiculous because she comes to this monastery of monks and she's like, "I have been on the road for 3 days. I haven't eaten or slept. Can you take me in?" They take her in. Give the bitch some potatoes, feed her, clothe
they even
her,
had gravy on those potatoes.
let her sleep. She presumably stays here, and she immediately starts like meddling in their affairs. And she like goes and searches around, finds this big guy, looks like he fell into a vat of acid and made it. And she's trying to steal his cross, which is like a key somehow.
Yeah,
and she fucking kills him.
Stupid.
She like smashes his fucking brains.
Yeah, with like
in.
a fucking like giant wooden mace that has fucking spikes out of it.
She just flattened this guy's dome piece and then just goes in, and this is where the animation gets really shitty. The room she goes into has like these...
Immediately has fucking saw blades sticking out of every crack in the floor.
Yeah, and it looks like absolute shit when the saw blades go off. It just looks fucking terrible. And so her action is, of course, to use the sword arm dealios.
she like wants
as-
to test the reaction speed, so she like tosses one in there, and then it like reflects it, stabs it into the ceiling, which is stupid.
Yeah,
So
and then she gets a great idea. She's like, "Oh my god, I'm going to use these to climb across." And so she does.
Yeah, she tosses the other one into the wall, and then she like does backflips over the fucking saw blades, gets to the eye, grabs it, then the fucking blades go down, and then the whole place starts filling with water, and then she like jumps up onto one of the blades, and then like jumps up to the one that's been stuck in the ceiling so she can avoid being drowned.
Yeah, and it's funny because they say holy water, but really it's just any water, as far as I can tell.
Yeah, it's
like,
any water. She would die by crossing a river. Like they mention that in the fucking movie.
I mean, maybe all water is holy water.
Maybe
Maybe
like everything in Romania has just been blessed by priests.
Yeah,
So they're
and
like, fuck the vampires.
so once she does this, the room starts filling up with water, like we said, and like everything's kind of going haywire. And the fucking stupidest part about the scene, when she's in the water, her boots are like,
Yeah, what is her? Why do her? Boots
Oh yeah,
smell?
her boots start smoking as if she's like it's part of her skin.
yeah, like she's wearing leather fucking boots. The water's not getting in. But it's like, yeah, the boots are steaming it up. I'm like, what are these vampire boots too? Are they made out of the
acid?
Are they made out of the flesh of your people? Like, what the fuck? And then she jumps up to the little sword thing in the ceiling, and as she does this, the treasure box that she stole kind of opens up, and the eyeball falls out. She catches it before it lands, and she absorbs it. And by doing so, she absorbs the power that this eyeball gave that ancient demon to overcome the weakness of water.
Yeah.
And she somehow knows this and just walks into the water. She's like, oh, the trial is water, thus this must be an eyeball to, not do
Why
water.
would they do that?
Why would they put it there?
No. Just, I mean, why the fuck would they put the object that would cure the weakness to water and have the fucking defense for it be fucking water?
I don't know.
Maybe it was to prevent any vampires from being able to get to it.
Like, what the fuck?
Maybe they should have made it more difficult to actually open the box with the eye is the thing. And so the room starts filling up with water, and then...
It should have been water first, if anything.
Did they know that the eye gave the strength against water?
Yeah, they knew that.
They knew that they'd become more powerful, but how did they know
They
it'd be
knew
water?
that the objects get rid of the weaknesses.
Yeah, but how do you know the eye was the water one? Because preventing a vampire from getting in water seems like a great defense.
I think they mentioned
but I think
it somewhere.
They should have
still,
drizzled it
like,
from
what
the ceiling
fuck?
instead of let it seep up from the ground. That would have been much better.
Yeah. Or don't put the thing that makes them immune to the booby trap that you're using at the time in that
Did they
room,
know
perhaps.
That's what
I
they're
have to
looking into?
imagine that they do.
Unless it's like you
they
give
know
them a-
exactly what it is, where it came from, and what it's supposed to do. So I imagine they know which weakness it gets
Maybe
rid
they
of.
just wanted to give you a chance. It's like, we want to kill you, but we'll give you a chance to make it out.
It's fucking bullshit.
Don't ever give them a chance. You just got to kill them, man. You got to get rid of them. There's no... Every time you give them a chance, they come back and get you. And that's exactly what happened here. That's what happens every time. Just shoot them in the head, man. Make it over. Just finish it.
Yeah.
Finish it. These people can't do it, man. These people can't fucking do it. God. So, anyway, after she leaves this fucking area... She comes out and one of the monks grabs her and he's like, "You must come with us." And they just don't talk about how she killed one of their brothers. Like, are we to believe this guy's not part of the monastery that she slaughtered?
They fucking don't care about the disabled guy? Like that's really bad.
Yeah, I don't understand.
I thought they cared about diversity hiring. Like, what the fuck?
Yeah. I don't understand this part of the movie at all. Like, why was no one mad at her for killing this guy?
I don't know. What kind of creature was he, though, too? Was he like some other...
No, he was deformed.
He was a big dude. He's like a troll almost. But, why was he guarding their treasure if they didn't care about him? Why was he on guard
if they didn't
duty?
trust him or anything, he had everything. He could have just taken it himself.
Yeah, it's so...
If he was a creature.
So bizarre.
Yeah, it's bizarre.
They just fucking leave it. Anyway, so Kegel's men come and lay waste to the town that they're in and start killing off all the monks.
The
because
little monk monastery, yeah.
Yeah, they're searching for the
Some
eye.
of those monks, though, can really fight.
Yeah, there's some good like fucking thrown hatchet kills for the monks. They're tearing people up. It's a good battle. Now,
but overall, they were losing though.
When it starts to, we start to really see it unfold with a scene where they're getting attacked on the fucking walkway up above.
Yeah, and the fucking bow dude is like not even aiming outside the window.
Yeah.
Nor is he actually pulling back the fucking bowstring.
This is a guy just doing the bowstring.
He's like pretending to launch arrows, but he's not actually doing anything.
Yeah, if you watch the scene when the bowman gets right before he gets thrown off the walkway up top, the parapets or whatever. If that's what they are, I don't know. He's just kind of pulling on the. He's like doing an air pull on this bow, but he has the bow in his hand.
Yeah, he has the
He's got
fucking
the bow,
and he just doesn't do it.
And not only is he doing that, but like Craig said, he's not even aiming it at the window. He's just doing. He's like arrowing nothing. It's like playing the air guitar, but you're not pretending like there's an audience.
He's like
just
aiming
doing
just below like where everybody else is like shooting out the window. He's like, it's ridiculous.
Yeah, it's got it.
Just in preparation to be thrown out.
Yeah, I
of the
fucking
window.
saw that. I was like, wait, guys, I need you to rewind to make sure that I saw what I thought I saw.
Yeah, God. So I guess the eye is supposed to overcome holy water, the rib overcomes the cross, and the heart overcomes sunlight. So those are the weaknesses. I don't know how they knew, though.
Yeah.
But we know. We know. So,
well, then we don't even know how they knew about the eye in the first place. Like, if they knew that the eye was there, why the fuck would they attack it before? Because this guy has clearly been planning this for, like, what, decades since he has the fucking chick as his daughter? Like, he's been trying to do this the whole time.
yeah, it's not. I mean, he's been looking for his
It's
daughter.
not like a new fucking plan.
He's been looking for his daughter, but this has been his life's work the whole time.
Yeah. It's ridiculous.
And there's like a legend of his daughter, of the half-breed thing that's like coming for him, you know.
Yeah. Like,
But,
he's
like-
known that she's been alive, so it's been like a secondary thing, but he wanted the pieces to become the most powerful vampire.
Yeah, and that's the
They
stupid
just
part.
barely figure it out when she gets there.
Yeah, that's the stupid part. Is they've known this guy's been here for a long fucking time. Like, he's just hanging out. Like, this eyeball's just been hanging out. You know it's there. You could have just taken it years ago. And then that just gives you one more element of superiority as a vampire, because then you're not hurt by water anymore. I don't understand why you wouldn't, like, day one go get the ultimate weapon if it was available to you.
Yeah.
But whatever, this guy has his own way of doing things. Anyway, during this battle, Rain, who, you know, not necessarily the best fighter, gets knocked out and taken captive, and she is brought to the headquarters. Oh no, this is before that. She goes to the Brimstone Society's headquarters, and they all agree it's time to kill the Kegels. Your muscles are just a little bit too strong down there. We know you don't want to get a loose ass and start needing diapers when you're older, but you can't shit. They're so strong. You're so ripped that the shits just don't even come out. So now you're constipated. They gotta cut the Kegels.
Huh.
Okay.
Nice.
Mm-hmm. Yes. Catherine doesn't trust Rain, so Michelle Rodriguez, as much as it looks like she wants to fuck Rain in the movie,
Oh, yeah, she does.
she claims she doesn't, and she actually betrays Brimstone, the whole town, and her own dad, who fell with Keegan. But she kind of throws it all away. I thought this was a dumb plot twist.
Yeah, it was super dumb.
Because, like, we don't really have any time with any of these characters. We don't have any character development whatsoever.
No. There really isn't anything there at all.
Yeah, and there's a sex scene.
Yeah. Oh, yeah. The sex scene with fucking the dude with the worst hair. And she, like, jumps up on, like, the fucking slats
It's funny,
for the jail.
She wakes up out of her dream, and then she still sleeps in the jail
the
cell.
dream of when
her mother was killed.
being fucking slaughtered
Nothing
by her
gets me.
dad, and then she's like, you know what's a good idea?
And then she-
fucking this dude with the fucking worst mullet and bangs ever.
And, oh Jesus! And then she comes out of that jail cell and starts like walking up towards him, and it freaks him out. Like he like feels her coming because he
Yeah,
was
he's
looking
like,
at
"What
her,
the fuck is
and so he
happening?"
gets up and gets all defensive to start off with. And before she like comes at him, he's like, "No!" But then they just turn it into having sex.
Yeah,
instead.
there's like no initiating on his side. It's 100% her waking up from this dream of her mom getting fucking killed.
She was like, dude, it was like a faucet downstairs. Like, she's got some serious problems. Having a dream of your father killing your mother gets you like fucking Randy to the 10th power. Like, you need some fucking therapy.
Yeah. I need to fuck the first guy I see.
Exactly, and it happened to be this guy. And like, it's a ridiculous scene. She mounts him on the side of this fucking jail cell, and she's like holding onto the bars and just fucking slamming.
Yeah.
I was like, God.
A lot, like to the point where you could see the tits like bouncing.
It must
like
have been
crazy.
really hard because for some reason, like the scene, she had to have her hands up on the bars to help support herself, but then her right hand was holding the bars of the jail door.
Yeah,
and so every time
so it was like
going
she
up
was
and down,
like constantly
she was
like
opening and
closing
closing
it
the
a little
door.
bit.
So it
Yeah.
must have been like hard to keep her balance up there like that.
Yeah, poorly done scene. Like, just, and it's super
Although
gratuitous.
there was some nice boobs.
Oh yeah.
But yeah, it went on way too long.
Yeah, it was like
way too.
it was
long.
about 20 seconds
Like
too long.
you get sex scenes in these kind of movies, the action movies, but they last like fucking 10 seconds. They're just like, oh yeah,
this
there's
one-
there's some intimacy cut away.
This one
is
was
like
almost
you will
borderline
fucking
being
see
porn at a
every thrust.
Yeah, it was a lot. It was way too much, and it is. Yeah, I agree. It's like borderline porno.
It's like it's not porn. It's Uwe Boll.
Yeah, exactly. So once all this goes down, there's some betrayal, and we find out. Katerin finds out that her grandfather actually hid the heart talisman in this water cave system that really reminds me of Tomb Raider, because there's a lot of caves and like water scenes and swimming under the caves and getting in those air pockets. So she goes for it, and Rain actually finds her in the water as she's grabbing it. And this is like another dumb thing. Like, Rain is just an idiot in this movie.
Yeah, she's just
She's like, I'm gonna go get her. She fucking goes in the water, like turns her around in the water, like taps her on the shoulder,
like what? She didn't even like
It's like surprise,
try
bitch.
to choke her out. Like, what was the point? Like, how long can you hold your breath? Like,
Yeah.
Rain? Like, how long can you stay under the water? Were you gonna punch her or what? What was the plan?
Yeah. She just shows up and then she gets fucking stabbed.
Yeah, she gets fucking shanked.
The only advantage you had is that you were swimming up on her and she had no idea you were there. You could have stabbed her.
Exactly, yeah. Get the surprise kill. She has no clue that she's being chased underwater by this. Anyway, she gets stabbed, and then Michelle Rodriguez's character swims up to the top, and then Rain comes up behind her. There's a stupid fight scene between them where really it's just Michelle Rodriguez trying to climb, and then Rain just
Yeah,
like,
just,
get
like,
over
brings
here.
her back in. Yeah,
And she fucking pulls her down and eventually just snaps her neck.
No. She eventually just bites her and drinks her blood.
no, she snaps her neck
Does
first.
she?
Yeah, she
Oh.
snaps the neck and then she bites her like a fucking freak.
Yeah, so she didn't even need it. And it's weird because she's not supposed to seek human blood, so like, why does she do that?
Yeah,
One of her whole
Just-
points is that
just
she
for
doesn't...
fucking extra
To heal
vengeance.
herself is all.
That's her flexing, right?
To heal her stab wound. is
And
all.
she flexes
Oh, that's
to
right,
no
yeah.
one because no one hears this fucking fight, even though they're like a foot away.
They're just watching him do it, and they just don't decide to settle what those other guys are going to do.
Yeah, nothing happens with that, and she looks up to the
like
camera.
Rain sneaks to like another part of the cave where she can like jump into the same water somehow, and they end up like right back to where she started, and no one hears the fucking fight that's happening. Like,
Yeah.
they don't hear her fucking hissing like crazy as she like, or the neck snapping, which had
So
way
they
too
come out
loud
of
a
water right in
sound.
front of the guys holding torches. It shows that.
Well, it like cuts away too, but I don't think they were actually watching that because that'd be ridiculous.
It seemed
It is. That's they were watching.
So they
that.
just fucking literally did nothing and then just disappeared right
Yes.
after that. Okay, that's
Yes.
ridiculous.
yeah, that's what it led us to believe. Terribly filmed scene. They're just not
It's
there.
fucking it's fucking awful.
They're just not there. So after that, she decides she's going to get in to the castle, and she basically just walks up and says, "Hey,
Yeah, it's like, hey, I brought you that thing you wanted.
yeah, I've got this," and it's like just a little shitty plan of hers to get in and
Yeah, it
get
gets thrown in the
noticed.
dungeon, and then the two guys watching, waiting for her to arrive. They watch her just get taken in, and so they basically do the same thing.
Yeah, old Sebastian and Vladimir. They do a really shitty job of fighting a couple guys off, and then they surrender, and then they get thrown in jail as well. And this is the thing I don't understand. Like, they know who these guys are. They know they're the Order members, you know? Why not just kill them? Like, I don't understand why no one just kills.
Yeah, it doesn't really make a whole lot of sense.
Like, how many loose ends?
Unless they're like planning to bleed them out, you know, for their food.
So far, then no, we can't kill them, even though we were the dumb ones putting them in that situation in the first place.
Yeah, exactly. It doesn't make any sense. Like the
whole fucking scene with Meatloaf didn't make sense either.
Oh yeah, there's a random scene in there.
They bring out the fucking Meatloaf, and then because like he captured Rain, like one of the bad guys captured Rain like super early on in the movie, and then they're like, we need to stay here for the night. Like, what?
Yeah, and then a huge fight breaks
You're
out.
Fucking vampires! Like, why the fuck do you need to stay there for the night?
I don't know.
The dude with the shaved head, weird haircut's not a vampire. He's just a thrall.
Are you sure?
Yeah,
I think he is. He's just a dude.
He's just a thrall.
Still, then, like, what the fuck? He had like a whole swarm of dudes like doing this with him. And then they all get
thralls, and
they all get fucked by fucking Meatloaf.
Yeah, he would do anything for Bloodrayne. I would do anything for Rain. He was really taking an interest to her. And then there's a huge fight scene that breaks out, and Meatloaf gets killed by sunlight.
Yeah,
and honestly, none of that part of the movie matters. It has nothing.
No,
to do with
it has
all.
like
I mean,
there's no
you're about
fucking.
to
It's
forget about
pointless.
that it
It's pointless as fuck. Other than the fact
Besides
that
the
Meatloaf is in the movie.
Besides, Meatloaf is in the movie surrounded by naked breasts.
Oh yeah,
that's
some
like the
naked
only other
boobs,
point.
and then he like rubs blood on a nipple for some reason.
Yeah, he was digging that.
Not his nipple.
Yeah, not his nipple. Like some chick's nipple. Yeah,
That would have probably been even better though.
I probably would have enjoyed it more if his own nipple was just like.
And there's like a weird they have like problems with each other, the Thrall and Meatloaf. It's dumb. There's no reason for that to be in there. I think they just needed more nudity, which I agree with, but still, even then, not enough in this movie. Not enough for what it is.
I mean, the movie is like barely at the 90 minutes, so I think they just put that scene in there because they're like, guys, our movie is too short.
Yeah, it's only 95 minutes long. So this is where we get the fuck. They bring Rain.
So she's taken the thing to her father.
Yeah.
And they throw her in the prison because
They take the box
and then they
from
tell
her.
her that she's going to be part of a ritual.
Yeah, they're basically going to take
so he can
her.
extract the eye because she absorbed it somehow.
Yeah, whenever you like look at it, her eye became one with the other eye. It was weird.
Yeah,
and that gave her the power. So they need to cut that power out of her so that Kegel can have the power to not be affected by any vampiric weaknesses.
Yeah.
And this is when Michael Madsen, just like him and fucking Mullet Man, are in the prison here, and he suddenly is like, hey, my partner has disappeared suddenly.
Oh, yeah.
And the
it's
guard
like,
is like, what? Fucking opens up the cage.
and then the fucking and Mr. fucking Mullet Bangs just like swings down from the ceiling, kicks him in the face, and he's like, I can't believe that worked. And it's like neither can we.
No one can. That was fucking stupid.
No. I
This is
can't
the
believe
fucking
that.
most
No, it was
dumb guard
I can't
ever.
believe that worked. And I was like, I can't believe you just did that. I can't believe you went with this scene and this is how they
I
escaped.
can't believe you went with that plan.
I can't believe it's not butter.
I can't believe it's Uwe Boll.
That was the worst. I think that might be the worst scene in the whole movie. It's just ridiculous. Like
It's just
they couldn't think of one possible way to do it.
How they get out to escape to
You
then
think
go help.
that's the
Bloodrayne.
fucking worst scene? What about the like very beginning where he like turns the mirror, finds out the dude's a fucking vampire, just stabs him, and then everybody's fucking fine with it. They're like, oh, there was a vampire among us. Fine, that's cool.
Yeah,
It's like, that's a normal, everyday thing. And then the bartender's like, oh, well, at least you didn't leave a mess.
yeah. It's like other than the smoldering, liquefying
The fucking
body,
smoldering
on your floor.
corpse in the fucking middle of your bar. Yeah, that's
All right,
fine.
that one's pretty dumb too. That's terrible scene. So they break into the throne room. Everyone starts duking it out. Michael Madsen and co. They start tearing it up, but then two guys like hold off Michael Madsen, and then fucking Ben Kingsley just comes up and stabs him through.
Yeah,
It's
yeah.
like,
It's just
fuck
a
you.
very gentle run through.
Yeah, he
Yeah.
just like walks up to him,
Which is weird because we see Ben Kingsley fight a few minutes later, and he's super OP.
Yeah.
So why wouldn't he just fight this guy straight up instead of
No, he
having his
didn't
buddies?
need to. He's like
He got
conserving
nerfed before his
energy.
moment
He's
was
an
ready.
old man.
He finally realized, yeah, we need to cut the loose ends, and just started cutting loose ends. And then, of course, fucking guy with the 15-year-old pregnant girlfriend, because he's got the like fucking line of
It's the thrall that we're talking about.
yeah,
before.
thrall guy with the fucking douche everything. He's got like
has
the
a-
little
he has a
thin
chin
line
strap.
of
He has a-
chin
he has a-
strap.
he
Yeah,
has
It's
a-
got the
thin
chin
chin
strap
strap.
and then the fucking like
Buzzed head.
Yeah, the buzzed head that's buzzed in
So
like
again, it
a
feels
shape.
like it feels like all these other actors had haircuts and just like they were all ready to be in different movies.
Yeah,
and
they're
then
all-
doing this one on the side. They couldn't change what they were doing for the other movies, and so everyone in this movie feels like out of place for the movie. too.
Yeah.
and so we see Chinstrap dude. He's probably in
Well,
some
it's like
1990s.
everyone is clearly wearing
bro
a wig,
comedy.
and it feels like they're meant to be like in some kind of like movie about 70s rock instead of a fucking period piece video
Yeah.
game adaptation.
yeah. The wigs are terrible. The hair overall is just awful. in
And
this
not to
movie.
mention the Billy Zane portions of the film felt super tacked on too.
Oh yeah,
yeah,
there was no reason for him to be in the movie.
yeah. There kind of wasn't.
Like he
wasn't.
had no purpose. I swear to God, it was like, guys, we need to extend this like by another 10 minutes.
And
Yeah.
his wig was like, it was so fake. It was like had this sheen to it.
Well, at least
that
his
was-
wig looked more real than fucking Ben Kingsley's.
Yeah, that's true. I don't know. They were pretty close in lack of quality, and so is Michael Madsen's. It just looks too much. It's far too much.
It looked like they were trying to do a Highlander look for him.
Yeah.
There gotta be only one.
Oh, man.
Yeah. Anyway, they fight it up, and then Chinstrap guy kills off. Well, basically, him and fucking Mullet Man are doing a huge duel to the death, and they basically just kill each other.
Yeah, Mullet Man gets stabbed, and he's kind of bleeding out, and then, Rain is, like, killing everybody else, and then starts fighting Keegan, and then they have the ridiculous scene where, like, Keegan's, like, trying to kill her. He's, like, on top of her, and then he, like, shoots the fucking, the crossbow
I'm pretty
bolt,
sure
and then he
it's just
catches it.
Kagan, not Keegan. It's Kagan. But yeah.
Kagan, whatever. And then I've been absorbing Schweiss's Kegels the whole time.
Have you been feeling my Kegels?
Is
Yeah,
it a
I've been-
tighter feeling when you go down there?
A little bit, yeah.
Yeah. See,
Um,
you should wait. I'll do it while you're inside next time.
Oh, okay,
Let you
good.
Feel it.
That'd be a good idea.
You'll never get your dick back. Just clench onto it.
Yeah, so anyway, like, he shoots the fucking crossbow bolt at him, and he, like, catches it out of the air, and he starts like, ha, I'm gonna stab you with this fucking tiny bolt now. And then she, like, turns it on him somehow.
Yeah, I don't know.
And then,
But,
like,
it
it's
becomes- it
literally
becomes flipped in his
somehow,
hand,
because, yeah,
almost.
it's fucking somehow it gets reversed, and then she, like, stabs him with it.
It's
He's
still
like,
not
"Ah!"
clear.
Oh no, dude! Before that, we get another one where the guy, Mullet Man, throws a bottle of water at him.
Oh
and
yeah,
he
the
catches
bottle of
it.
water, and then
Holy
he
water,
catches it too,
specifically.
and then he like shoots it with the crossbow bolt, and then
It
it
burns
like
it with the holy
explodes
water.
all over him. Yeah,
Yeah, that was
it's
kind
a
of
minor inconvenience. And then he tries it again with the other one that he just catches out of the air like
Yeah.
a fucking freak.
And then she turns it around, stabs him, and then he gets a midget hand as he's melting away into nothing.
It's fucking.
That honestly was kind of a cool scene, I guess.
So weirdly, the vampire, like certain vampire transformations when the face goes super vampire mode. Some of them were not bad.
Yeah, it fucking
So-
straight up is like Buffy the Vampire Slayer. You know, if you ever seen that TV show, that's exactly what this
And
movie
so
is.
some of the CGI was not bad. Some of it was like but some of it wasn't bad.
Yeah. So the movie basically ends with her father dying, and she goes over to Sebastian, who's Mullet Man, and she wants to give him the gift of life, which is, of course,
Yeah,
hurting
'cause
him.
He's fucking bleeding out. He spilled his maraschino cherries all over himself.
Yeah, exactly. Yeah, he mushed him up on his stomach to make it look like a wound.
He's,
I opened a can of beets.
yeah, he's really fucking dying, and then she's like, yeah, I'll turn you into a vampire so you can live together. And then he's like, no. Don't do that.
He's like, you're not worth that kind of shit.
I already know what you're all about. We had an uncomfortably long sex scene.
Yeah, I'm
Good.
not a bottom. And he just dies. And it ends with her ascending and taking the throne. Sitting
she
on
just
her father's
sits on
throne.
the throne.
Which is
Fucking
really
Riddick moment.
really bizarre because she just fought.
Well, wait, here it says Rain sits herself in Kagan's throne and reflects on the events that led to her father's death. The film ends when Rain leaves the castle and rides into the mountains.
That is not what happens. It totally ended with her fucking just sitting on the throne.
Yeah, we got the wiki pulled up. I think that might be the extended version or something because I know there's an
Fucking
uncut.
extended.
I know there's an uncut version. Yeah, it just ends with her sitting on the throne. So
And then
like,
did you get a reflection vibe from her? sitting
No.
on the
No, there was like a fucking evil stare. If anything, she's like, "I am ruler here now.
yeah,
I am the captain now."
yeah. Look at me.
Maybe if you wanted to show that she's reflecting, maybe not have her take the fucking
Yeah,
throne.
like put some
Maybe-
emotion in there. Like,
Maybe some emotion instead of like anger. Maybe some sort of.
I mean, I
like,
get the wanting to sit down, but she like walks all the way fucking across this whole
Maybe-
huge ass, long ass room to sit in this fucking throne.
Maybe have her like let down her hair and it's a less severe looking face too to soften it out because for some reason she
Or like
had her
look
hair up
down,
the last
or
part
put her
and it was down
hands
the whole
in her,
film.
like put her face in her hands. So you
Yeah.
know something,
Some
some
sort of, like,
emotion instead of just like the fucking
reflection instead of
deadpan
just,
stare at the camera. It's just like I'm fucking evil now.
Yeah, not a great finale. It's too much. It's too much and it's too little at the same time. It leaves a lot of questions. I guess the extended cut kind of tells us a little bit more about what we were supposed to be witnessing, but that shit's not there at all in the version we watched because there's nothing here. Overall, I think this one. Is one of
our
the
scores. We have that book. How are we gonna rank it?
I'll get him to send us the list and we'll put it together next time. I know what the bottom three are for me, and I know what the top three are. And honestly, everything in the middle doesn't even really matter. It's like just a sea of garbage.
Yeah.
This one, though...
This one's bottom middle for me.
Yeah. There's not really much to be had here. There's
What do
like...
you mean bottom middle?
Wherever that lands on my list.
Like the bottom
I'd have to look
three
at my
in
list.
the middle of the bottom three? Is that what you meant?
No, so there's the middle, and it's going to be the bottom
okay,
of the
like
middle
the
before
very
it gets to the really bad.
Okay, so it's like the
So above the
in the
my-
it's
above-
in the bottom four.
At
then.
least above the worst three films in the list so far.
Okay.
I'd have to look at those.
I'm going to stick it somewhere in there, too. I don't think it's quite on the same
Yours-
level as Wing Commander or Double Dragon.
fucking-
Those were bad, and so those are definitely my bottom three.
But this one's not...
Fucking Wing Commander. It's so.
But is this better than House of the Dead?
No. House of the Dead was fun.
Yeah, House of the Dead, despite being complete shit, is kind of a fun movie to watch.
Alone in the Dark is even
Is
more
this
fun
better
than
Alone
this.
in the Dark?
I don't think it is. Because we had that generator, man. That generator
Oh
was...
yeah, there was the one moment of emotion.
Freaking no!
The most emotion in the whole film in
I think
one
that's-
fucking side clip.
God, dude,
God, we need to find...
that was
okay,
like the hardest
what we
we've
need to
laughed
do-
at one of these movies in a while.
What we need to do is have someone find that clip and make a GIF out of that for us, and just watch that clip.
No.
Generator clip in.
Alone in the Dark. Did we watch Alone in the Dark too?
Yeah, we did.
Okay.
Yeah.
Yeah, that one was bad too.
I don't know if we. I think we would have.
I don't
to
think
make
we ranked Alone in the Dark
a
too,
GIF
did
of
we?
that ourselves, and it's you're not going to find the clip of that.
You don't know that.
I don't know, man. It's kind of like a really specific thing, and I think only we are the people who love it.
I think you're right.
It's just like when you take it the whole movie and you have this. Okay, you need some of the buildup of him getting yelled at to get the generator running, and him
Yeah, like
actually
20
having some emotional.
20
what do you-
people are like, when you gonna get it up?
and then he's like has some emotional investment. You can tell he's invested. Like he's sad that his coworkers are here and
Yeah,
getting the
he's-
generator
he
going.
spent,
He's
like, fucking
he's
2
sitting there
hours on
working
this
that
thing.
fucking generator. Like he's like invested in this, and he's like, I'm doing it, man. And then he gets the fucking generator going. He does it. He gets that fucker running to only have it explode right in front of him.
Yeah.
The amount of motion in that no was just fantastic. The best part of that film.
Extremely
That
cruel.
alone is a perfect story for the movie.
Yeah,
Man, this
he was
generator.
easily the best actor in that film.
Jesus,
I
that
know.
was what you watched that film for. Alone in the Dark, Generator Man.
We need to find out who that guy is, and then if he has a Twitter,
yeah,
just be
let's
like,
find his
dude,
Twitter.
you are the greatest actor out of Alone in the Dark.
Yeah, let's do that. Let's find out who he is.
Get him on.
Yeah,
Yeah, get him on the show.
Dude,
It's like,
that would be
dude,
amazing. That is the guy I want to talk to from
Tell
that
us,
film.
tell us
we
about the generator.
respect your. Yeah, tell us about the generator.
How
do you
how did you feel? How did you feel?
How do you
going
feel
in?
about it 14
And
years later?
let's just we will dissect every portion of on-screen time
Is
he
the
has
love
with
still
him.
there?
And we'll go through all the points that we just love from his parts in that film. And just-
Exactly.
we'll have like a 20-minute podcast after that.
I think we
With him.
should.
Dude, let's find him.
I
I want it.
We're
I'm
gonna
100%
do it.
in on that.
This one's not great, but it's not the worst. Also, I mean, it's just pretty not good. Like, there's not as many fun moments in it as we had in like House of the Dead. I felt like was a really fun one to just fucking laugh hysterically at because it's so bad. This one's pretty bad.
There was some stupid stuff, but it wasn't like really funny. And then honestly, the best part is the tits.
No, okay,
Yeah.
the funniest part, the best part, correct, but the funniest part is when they're all sitting at the table in the lunchroom, all happy, like, oh, they finally have hope.
Oh, yeah.
And the kid walks up and he wants her to show him his.
Show me your teeth.
Yeah, show
Yeah.
me your teeth. I'm like, I thought you was going to say, show me your tits. I honestly
This is directly after the sex
Yeah,
scene,
so that's what we
we're
had in our
like,
minds.
oh, maybe.
Yeah, she's like super happy giving the mullet dude some like looks, some spicy looks because she's happy about what happened.
Like nobody knows somehow.
Yeah. And then this kid runs up and they all laugh about it. She's like, it's fine. So she like smiles at him and then just hisses from like the smiling face to this snarl.
And then she turns back and she's like
"Oh my
fucking
God."
laughing
She
again.
turns
She's like,
back and
"Ah,
smiling again. It's
I'm
just
not
like, oh my god!
I'm not a fucking psychopath.
The only way they
Ah.
could have made that, yeah, it gave like strong psychopathic vibes. It's
Yeah.
so bad. The only way that scene would have been better, if she'd like snarled and ripped up the kid's throat and he was like smiling with his blood on her face. That would have been better.
It's like, haha, you like that? You want me to show
They're
show
always
you my
laughing
teeth
about it.
again?
Yeah. God, too much. This one's not a good movie, though. It deserves its low scores.
The 4% is
It's bad.
The acting is terrible, even from the great actors in this movie.
The only actor who you could look at and say, "I'm sorry you took this role," was Ben Kingsley, because
No.
his acting, he was just very unemotional, very straightforward.
Yeah.
He delivered his lines, and even though his get-up was unbelievable, Ben Kingsley, fantastic job.
I was
Thank
going to
you.
say Meatloaf too, but then I remembered Meatloaf was in a bed with like 8 women who were topless, and I was like, you know what? Never mind. He probably enjoyed the fuck out of that role.
I think,
he
yeah.
got a touch of nipple too.
Yeah,
Yeah, he did. That's what he did.
he really did.
he like really touched that nip too. He was in. He was into it. I also feel like Billy Zane was decent. His
I mean, his
character. It was
first on-screen
unnecessary.
moment was not decent. It was really weird and like jittery. His delivery of his lines, like he was trying to dictate a letter, but it just felt so unnatural. But his second on-screen time, very pointless to the overall movie, but he did act it very well.
Yeah,
in a ridiculous way.
He acted well in a pointless plot line.
exactly. Bad acting, not a great soundtrack, not a very interesting
Fucking
story.
didn't even notice the soundtrack.
Kind of a bad guy. The
Yeah,
fight
I can't
scenes are
really remember
trash.
back
Like,
Oh, man,
the fucking action
her
is
fight
like
scenes are
awful.
man. The props are
There's
fucking
a fucking part where she's
horrendous.
like training, right? And then she fucking like takes the fucking tonfa thing like she's mastered it or whatever. And she's like, haha, I'm gonna show you my moves now. And then she fucking like grabs it and then throws it at a tree. That's a fucking sword / tonfa thing that you use on your fucking arm. There's no fucking reason for you to throw it whatsoever. It is the very definition of an anti-throwing weapon.
And they tried to do the whole like speed up the action and do a lot of cuts to make it look like it's high speed, action packed, but they still can't hide the actor's inability to stage fight. The only actor who was good at stage fighting was Michelle Rodriguez.
Yeah.
She was the
the only one I think
who was
actual
convincing
training.
stage fighting. Yeah, and then everyone else, it was her, like the Bloodrayne, I forget the actor's name. Her stage fighting was so incredibly bad at her.
Yeah,
She was really slow, and every time it showed her doing the thing where she like double stabs somebody with their blades, like it shows her like putting her arms ridiculously close to each other, so like it would be ridiculous to do that in an actual fight, and then she's just like, eh.
Yeah, it's not really...
It's like a gentle shove of blades.
And I don't think it's like a knock on the actors. I think it's a knock on them not getting any training whatsoever to do these fight scenes.
Like
no choreography.
Vague being like, all right, that's what you do. So.
Yeah.
And then what Michael Madsen, his weird asphyxiation with his sword constantly.
Yeah, he's like spinning the sword all the time, just like talking.
Any inappropriate moment to be holding a sword, he's holding a sword.
Not only is he holding the sword, but it's on the ground and he's spinning it like a fucking top. He's like, this is the greatest thing ever.
They're just like in a random basement to go pick up some supplies from a guy they know, and he's just... His sword's just chilling. He's holding it there.
It's like he has this prop, but he's like, I don't know what to do with this. And so he's just like playing with it.
And he's just holding it all
And then
the time.
everybody's fucking weapons look fake as shit.
Oh, yeah.
Like they got
So
fucking
bad.
rounded
Props are
blades. You can
They're
look at
holding
them,
them by the blades
they're
half the
clearly,
time.
They're clearly like blades that you would use in like on the stage for like plays in fucking high school. Like it's that quality of shit, and they're like trying to pass that off as like actual fucking weaponry.
It's like they
they're all
got
nicked up too from all the play fighting they've been in. You can see all that. It's oh man.
and they
And
look.
then Bloodrayne's old weapons got destroyed, and they looked decent.
Yeah,
one
and then
got
the
cut.
new ones
and
are
the new ones
definitely-
are fucking
yeah.
terrible.
They're fucking
they look so bad.
They're fucking rounded, and they basically look like they taped a fucking a giant butter knife to a fucking like stick.
It looks like every weapon in this movie looks like it was made out of the cheap aluminum that IKEA furniture sometimes comes with, like the little wrench.
Yeah.
that's what it looks like. All the weapons are made out of.
Yeah, it kind of does, and they're all dinged up, and they look like the hilts look so fucking cheap.
They like
dude.
that aluminum wrench you get. You can like bend it in one hand, just and then it's
Crumples.
Yeah, it's just so bad.
Yeah, the props were terrible. I don't know. The budget, I guess, must have gone for the big name actors. $25 million to make this
Ben
movie.
Kingsley probably
Yeah,
got
Ben
most of that.
Kingsley.
It looks like shit. Like, I think they've done better jobs with props in the past. I mean, they at least gave us that painting scene in fucking House of the Dead. Do you remember that? When they put they put the fucking sheet over the chick whose legs are bleeding out, and like the film gets all weird. I'm like, is that a painting? It's like, what the fuck? Why is it looking so weird?
Oh, that fucking
Like,
movie,
it's so
dude.
good.
God.
Does he try to do things like this? Is he like looking for just like the most ridiculous thing? Like how did you even think of this? And he does it.
Yeah, like, why did you do that? Not as much of that in this one, so it's kind of disappointing. Lots of blood. The blood looks kind of ridiculous. It almost looks like they put it in afterwards. They just made like a CGI, like
you're doing something wrong when the answer is why did this happen? And the answer is Uwe Boll.
yeah,
And
yeah.
that can't be the answer of why things happen in your films.
Yeah, it's rough, dude. It's rough. Not the worst though. There's still some fun to be had, and thankfully we've at least got some nudity.
And
Even though it was way too
almost
much.
an uncomfortable amount.
Yeah, it lasted
Yeah.
too long. Too long.
Yeah, at one point we're all sitting on the couch watching it, and and it's going, and it's still going. And you're just like, how many times can I say yeah before it gets a little awkward in here?
I know. So, so the film was nominated for 6 Golden Raspberry Awards, including Worst Picture, Worst Actress for Christina Loken,
Oh, man.
Worst Supporting Actor Ben Kingsley, Worst Supporting Actress Michelle Rodriguez, Worst Director, and Worst Screenplay. It didn't win any, but it lost to Basic Instinct 2 and Little Man with 7 noms each.
Those must be fucking shit movies. If,
Yeah.
they lost anything.
I know. In 2009, Time listed it as number 6 on their list of top 10 worst video game movies. It's probably around there for us.
Oh yeah,
And the film was
Easily.
#1 on Game Trailer's countdown of the worst video game movies ever. The reviewers from Game Trailer said that every actor is miscast. True.
Yes.
Every wig is too fake.
True.
And every sex scene is too inappropriate. Every action scene is too improvised.
Oh man, it's like I don't even read that, and it's like the words.
Yeah, you don't even need to see the movie. They just described it.
No one belongs. Everything looks
I
like
told
shit.
you, every actor looks out of place in the film.
They don't.
I told you.
It's just wrong.
Oh man.
And the fucking tank top. Why was there a tank top like that? That is the thing that makes me the most angry. It's an 18th century film, so 1700s.
Fucking Rain is wearing a leather tank top. Like
No, she's wearing a leather
fucking
corset.
two-tone leather tank
corset-
top.
She's wearing a leather corset. Is what she's wearing.
The corset.
Fucking
The corset.
no,
Fine.
that's not a corset.
The
Yes,
tank
it
top
is.
is.
I
a
will
tank
show you
top.
what a
I will
corset
show
is.
you what
That
a
is
corset
not a
is.
corset.
That was a tank top, though.
Corset
through and
does not
through.
cover the boobs and go over the fucking shoulders.
and
That is
those
not what a
were-
corset is or does.
And those were yoga
And it doesn't
pants.
let you show the belly because a corset is meant to like hold in the stomach to make them appear thinner. That is what a corset is.
That's true. Yeah, that is.
That's not a corset. It's 100% a leather tank top.
The tank top's too much. Not a good
fucking
experience.
midriff.
though. Not a good
Midriff
experience.
leather tank top in the fucking whatever century is supposed to be.
We'll get our list from A4 Extreme, and we'll decide
go. Leather
where
corset.
exactly.
That's not
We'll
what she
place
was
it.
wearing, though.
But I agree. I think it's going to be bottom 6-ish, somewhere kind of in that middle gray area of pretty bad, but not abysmal. No fun to be had, though, and that's the sad thing about this one. Like most of the other Uwe Boll, there's some really, really fun scenes.
This is about 4% fun.
Yeah, that's the 4% Rotten Tomatoes. That's how much percentage of this movie is fun.
And it's like all the boobs.
Yeah, pretty much. So overall, I don't think I'd recommend it, but we had to watch it anyway, so you guys should watch it too.
Yeah, there's no reason to recommend any of these movies.
I'm interested to see what Bloodrayne 2 and 3 is. I know the third one's the Third Reich, right? So that's the one that's
Yes.
probably going to be most similar to the games. We'll see how they continue the story from here. Not a great start. Initially, I thought we were going to be watching Silent Hill, which is a movie I have seen, and I kind of liked it when I watched it the first time.
It's
I
our
was-
next one.
I was looking to see that torn down
I
and
checked
destroyed.
the list to make sure that was the next one, but then it was
Yeah.
like, oh yeah, Bloodrayne. The movie we didn't order.
Yeah, exactly. And I'm excited to get to that when we do. But guys, I think that's going to be it for our review section. And we have a stunning, incredible new announcement to make. We are doing a weird fantasy hog league type of deal where we're breaking up all of the people who have signed up for a Hogib account. So everyone that's signed up, whether you've used it or you haven't used it, we're going to make leagues with teams in it. So this is Hog League, and this is
We're
starting
making one league
today.
but we're making different teams.
different teams facing off against
Yeah.
each other.
And then we're going to do.
And
bracket.
don't worry about participation. All you have to do is log your shit like
Yeah.
you normally do.
We are creating team captains, though, and these guys, it's up to you whether you do it from now on or not, but this is basically just how we're going to classify each team.
Yeah.
And the idea is once we get done with the first section of it, which is going to be, what did we decide, like 3 months, quarterly thing?
Yeah.
It's going to be quarterly. The next quarter, you guys can rearrange your teams. And if you don't want to be a team captain, it's not a big deal. We're going to set it up like an NFL draft. We'll have all the players available, and you pick them off one by one. But the
Yeah,
first
whoever
season,
wants to be team captain.
Yeah.
So this is just a way. We're trying out the idea. We're picking the team captains. We're then just going to make the teams. However, this is just a proof of concept to see how it works. We're gonna 10 team captains. Each team is gonna have 11 people in it, and then we're going to make brackets. And so every so often we're to see which team advances, and this is all based off of the collective score of that team versus the collective score of the other team.
yeah, exactly. So since we have 10 teams, we're gonna do some like regular weeks where it's just this team versus this team, and then when we get closer to the end, the last 5 weeks, we'll do like the playoffs.
Yeah.
And it'll be the last few teams, and then the winning team, the best performers from that will get, the top 3 will get like a special prize, and we're gonna have some decent prizes for it.
So it will be, or should be, the main, the team that wins, we will do something for that team, and then maybe something for the runner-up as well.
Yeah, exactly. So it's going to be a lot of fun. We're choosing the team captains according to mostly Geekdom hosts, and hopefully these hosts are all cool with it. If not, it doesn't really matter. All they have to do is use the Hog and then join us for the draft. So right now we have Team Schweiss, Team Craig, Team Wilson. We're adding the devs in. We didn't ask them about this, so surprise, guys. Hope you're cool. Team Scott Spot, Team Batunica, Team Chase versus Game, just cuz, Team Joe, Team J His for developing, Team Jake, and Team Dylan. You guys don't necessarily have to hog. I mean, it's dumb not to because your team is at a disadvantage.
And then we will release the teams later as well, who's all in your team.
Yeah.
Again, since this is just a proof of concept, we're just coming out with this right now. You're just going to get the team you get. Most of it's going to be as random as possible, so no one gets a whole bunch of the top Hogibbers.
Right.
Yeah, and it's not just overall how many points you have, guys. It's per month. Is what we're going to be checking in on.
Oh, yeah.
And this episode is going to be airing April 1st, and that is the beginning of the second quarter of the year.
Yep.
So we'll do that until the third quarter, which is around like August 1st, and we'll do the playoffs sometime in September, or or no, not September, June or July. Start doing the playoff rounds, and then we'll get some sweet prizes. Guys, start doing your Hog. This is going to be a fun little competition. I know it doesn't take into account all the Hog that you guys have done thus far, but going forward, we all have a clean slate. Everybody's starting from scratch on April 1st when this comes out, and we all have a chance to compete for these prizes. And at the end of this episode, I am going to sit down because we all have stuff to do. I'm going to sit down later tonight, record, and tell you guys who is on what team, and we can kick this shit off. So I'm excited to do this. I'm excited to get into some more of that, just some more like stuff to get everyone kind of involved. Because I mean, there's some crazy stuff that's happened with the show. Like there are multiple podcasts out there that are from people that met by being part of our community. So I love cultivating stuff like that. I want to do some competitive things, and I think this is a great way to go about doing that. So join us for that. Cameron, I think we should also do the Big Four of Grunge for a music challenge. This is going to be easy because Nirvana only has like 3 albums.
Yeah, I was going to say the albums don't match up as well. I'm still going to have to try to figure out how we're going to do it.
Yeah, but so start doing that. Start listening to the first Alice in Chains, first Soundgarden, first Pearl Jam, and first Nirvana album. And then just rank them in the Hogib app, number 1 through number 4. And I am still working on tallying up the Metallica, Megadeth, Anthrax, and Slayer. I think there are a couple people that are close to the end of that. Yeah. So I don't want to have final results yet. My final results were posted, and Jake's were posted as well. A couple other people I'm still waiting for. So we're going to still do fun little challenges like that. So join us for those as well. Guys, we have an Uber game nominee this time.
Oh, an Uber one, huh?
Because we haven't done one yet. We've done big games. No, wait, Red Dead 2 was an Uber
Red
one,
Dead was
wasn't
our
it?
Uber, yeah.
Okay.
I was going to say.
Well, we got
was
another
like
one.
Not that long ago.
I think it's time.
We haven't done a game based on another media, though.
Oh, no, that's what I'm thinking of. Yeah, game based on another media. Because
Okay.
I was thinking, the thing was I wanted to do Alice Madness Returns as the game based on another media, but I made it as a revenge fuck for you, and it didn't work because you guys got Pokemon.
I mean, it's
That's
not
the
supposed
one.
to be a bad game.
That's
so.
the one we're missing. So, guys, game based on another media, all 3 of us to play.
All right, who gets the double pick this time? Is it Game?
No,
I
think
double
it's you.
picked last time. Yeah, it's you.
it's
We're
me?
just going around the table.
Yeah, okay.
So, game based on another media. We've got to have, it has to have some sort of participation in comic books, in movies, in fucking make-believe worlds, and musical artists. Anything
All right, I got my 2.
based elsewhere. Cameron, do you know what you're going to do?
I'm just thinking through games, and I thought of a game, but I don't know if I necessarily want to play it, but I guess I can. Did we get any games recently? Okay, I got a game. Yes, I got
Did we
a game.
get any that are based on another media? I don't think
we
so.
did.
No, I don't think so.
Yeah, I don't think we did.
All right, Cameron, you got one then?
Yes.
Okay, Caleb, what is your first one?
All right, my first one is Vampire Hunter D.
No.
Okay, you've nominated that one before.
I have, yes.
You really want us to play it, clearly.
Yeah.
Okay, Vampire Hunter D. All right, I'm good with that. Cameron, what is yours?
Metro Exodus.
Ooh, that's based on books, huh?
Yeah, technically
oh,
it's-
shit.
Yeah.
I'd have to do the second one first. Last Light, I never did.
I don't think I finished Last Light either.
I never did Last Light. That's a fun series. That's a new
Oh,
one.
yeah.
It's kind of an Uber and this is another
Exactly.
chance for you to get it in there.
Yes. No, this is the first time it's been voted on, right?
No, I voted on it for yours and Schweiss's
Oh,
game.
cool.
Yeah. It got destroyed, unfortunately.
Yeah.
Yeah, that
But-
Devil May Cry 5.
All right, so we've got those two. I think I'm going to do. My favorite thing about doing these is like the fucking the stretch ones. Like the ones that are just like.
When you gonna
out
do
there.
another fucking 50 Cent?
I kind of want to do 50
I
Cent.
mean, there's also the Mad Max game that we all got.
Oh yeah, that was free on PlayStation Plus.
I kind of want to, and these are ones I've thought of doing. I want to throw in Alice Madness Returns because I know they're working on the third Alice game. It'd be cool to have both reviews.
God, it's supposed to be like a prequel. It's fucking horseshit.
I'm not going to do that. I know 50 Cent, he's just not, he just doesn't have a place in this podcast, apparently. I've tried. I'm sorry,
How
man.
many times have you voted on him? Like 3 times?
It's been at least twice, and it hasn't worked out either time. Fuck, man. I am teetering on 2 that are, one of them's really bullshit, and one of them is a pretty good game from what I remember, but it's hard. I think I'm going to go with Aqua Teen Hunger Force.
Zombie
the video.
Ninja Pro Am.
Zombie Ninja Pro Am.
Oh my god.
I bought it years ago, and I have not played a second of it. And that is what I'm going with.
Did you not? Because I remember playing it on your PS2.
I didn't. You played it. I didn't. I never touched it.
Fuck, dude.
But I've got it, and I've never played it. I was going to do Lord of the Rings: The Third Age, but that's a long and brutal RPG. That end boss I could not beat. And I one day we'll do it. It lost last time, so I'm going to pull out the Aqua Teen card. Craig, what is your second pick for game based on another media?
Oh man, you guys are gonna fucking hate me.
Why? What is it? What, is it going to win?
Digimon World 3.
Oh, dude, what is it? Is it like the other one?
No.
Oh, okay. Have you played it
I have, yeah.
all the way through?
Yeah.
Is that fair? I mean,
Again, with those picks that you've already played.
yeah. Well, when
Would you
did you
play
play it?
Fucking forever ago.
Oh, okay, so
it's
you'll
a
play it
PS1
again.
game. I have not played it recently.
So you'll beat it again then?
yeah.
Okay.
Yeah, I have to.
That's fair. You can't really give him shit. I've done that multiple times, and it's been the winning choice. Like Devil May Cry 5, you're the only one that has not played that yet, and you and I are going to review it in many weeks from now.
Yeah.
So, if you should be mad at anyone, it should probably be me for doing that kind of shit.
Yeah, we could have reviewed that anytime.
We could have. I kind of wish we would have. I knew what it was going to happen, and it happened. I'm sorry, Cameron. Sorry. It's a fun game, though, but I'm sorry.
I'm going to play it. It's going to be fine. It's going to be a very decent hack and slash game. So.
Yeah.
Yeah, exactly. So, guys, get on the Twitter. You can follow the show at Nude Clan Podcast. That's where you can find the votes. We're also going to post updates on the week-to-week mashups of the Hog teams. That's where you can keep track of all of that as well. I will announce what teams will be facing each other in the first week. Get in there. Get your Hog in. That's hogib.herokuapp.com. If you guys join later, we can have add-ons to the team as they come in. Once we hit a group of 4, we can add those to the team. Let the team captains pick between the new entries and put them in starting from April 1st points going forward. Guys, please join us for that. It's going to be a lot of fun. You can sub to us on Twitch if you want. It's a good way to support the show. Twitch.tv/NudeClan Gaming. We're going to be doing some more streams. I hope we can get on later tonight, play some more Call of Duty World War II. Or Call of Duty, not World War II.
Modern Warfare.
Modern Warfare. This, of course, is after you'll be hearing this later than that. But check us out there. We're starting to become a little more active. And it's a good way to do it. You can support us through Patreon, patreon.com/NudeClan Gaming. And special shout out Special shout out, by the way, to Sear and Bliska for your recent pledges, and also Ryan McPherson. Thank you guys so much for supporting us on Patreon. It means a lot, and it allows us to give more games to you, which next week we're going to have a drawing, so stay tuned for that. We'll have a copy of Pokemon Go, Eevee, or Pikachu. I haven't decided which one I'm going to buy yet. That'll be in the running, and plenty of other games. So guys, please stay tuned for another week of Nude Clan. Until next time, as always,
Enjoy the nude.
Time to get good.
live always in the nude.
Game over, man. Game over. What are we gonna do now? Too bad you may die.
Winning is not too late. How about a nice game of chess?
Okay, everybody, I have the Hog League built. So, as I said before, we will have 10 teams of 11 people. I know not all of you guys still use the app, and you don't update regularly, but this is a great reason to do so. It's a fun little competition. We're going to have some prizes for the winners. It's going to be a good time. Team captains: Caleb Craig, Cameron Wilson, Joseph DeGolier, Jacob Wright, Dylan Rominger, Scott Spott, Matunica, Chase Sariaslani, and Jay Helton. I know we didn't talk to you guys about this beforehand, which is douche, but there's really almost nothing you have to do. We just decided you guys are either devs, hosts on the network, or just people that are really active. So all you'll have to really do is do the draft at the beginning. If you guys have ever watched the show The League, or if you're familiar with NFL, fantasy football, it's going to be the same. We're just going to choose from the list of active accounts on Hogib and draft them out one by one. We're going to do weekly matches where each team plays another team every week, and the team with the lowest win-loss ratio at the end of the season will be the first pick in next season's. The team captain with the worst win and loss will be the first, have the first pick for the next season. And right now, I think we'll just do like a preseason thing just to kind of get used to it, have a little fun. And then in August, which is the third quarter of 2019, we'll do a straight-up league competition with prizes. And maybe we'll do prizes at the end of this one, too. Just no sweat if you guys, are caught off guard or don't really get how to do it. But here are the teams as I have divvied them out. I tried to make it as even as possible. A lot of the accounts on Hogib don't actually use the app, which makes it really easy. But here's where we're sitting for the Hogib League. Team 1 comprises of Caleb Craig, Irat, Deathlike Flatulence, Skull Haiti, Black Mage Justin, Delray Pete, Banshee, Big Red Beard, Evil Nemo, Astromex, and SF Pies. That is going to be team number 1. Team 2, team captain Cameron Wilson, Alec 1020, Combaticon Duke, Abrac. Didn't want to deal with Abrac, so we gave him to Cameron. Just kidding. Abrac will build get Cameron's ass in line. He's not been hogging his shit, so get on him, man. Get on him. I know that's your favorite thing to do. Tristan 123454, Amerline 1, Tiamat 91, Alex Rads, McWoody 08, Samwise Tarley, Dr. Roxo, Joseph DeGolier, team captain for Team 3. Then Kayoki, True Hoax, Brad F912, Spidey Man, Ty Jackson, Wartoad, Waterade, Cow Mustard, Random Dude, and Fire Rain. Team captain number 4, Jacob Wright, with RG Kraus, Materia User, Black Chris Game, is that right? Black Chris Games, Beaver LA, Lycan of Light, Welshie, Waka Waka Waka, M. Bastion, Punisher 027, and JM Himara. Team number 5, Dylan Rominger, team lead, Keel Live at Home, Undead Care Bear, Altered Destiny, Exterminator 13, Cab 2013, Ufa De Keep, or Ufa You Fake Deep. God damn, that is tough. Porcupine Racer, Will 45591, R. DiGiorgio, God, sorry, man, and Minton X. Scott Spot, team lead. Fun to Mop, A for Extreme, David Portnoy, El Pumo, Magic Carp, Snickering Turtles, Smashed Turtle, J. Sutho 19, CL Jump, and Bruce Jenner's Former Dong. Best name I've seen so far. Team lead for team number 8, Matunica, Arrow Beert, Steggy Rock, Igloo Smasher, Stevie Houdini, Kingzilla, RKC 1984, Jack's Cat Cult, Troidal Power, Highwind 1369, and Harry 822. Team number 9, team lead, Chase Sarislani, followed by Thy Death Sword, Digimast, Ganty the Great, Immortal 142, Manjug, Shori Elemente, Titus the Nephew, Player by Nature, The Tur, Cloud 24, and finally, team number 10 for Hog League, Jay Helton, Simon Parker, The Tur. Fuck! The Tur's in there twice. Son of a bitch. He has 2 accounts. Anyway, Felicia Nomiko, Dilshad, Engage 1027, Hail Blue, Sione Qua, President, Weird Sack John, and Uncle Rick. Guys, those are the teams. We'll get rid of the Tur in one of the teams. We'll get rid of it in Chase versus Game, and Chase Sarislani's team, and the next person that joins the app will automatically be slotted into that team. Guys, get your hog in. This is going to be a lot of fun. I'm excited to see what we can do with these leagues. We're going to have some cool prizes for the leaders and the team that wins the Hogib League. So, guys, get in there. Log your hog, hogib.herokuapp.com, and join the fun. Also, if any of the heads of the teams back out, because we just threw it together, and you guys, there's no pressure to actually do it. All you have to do is draft like every three months. It's not a big deal. But if you guys don't want to do it, just let us know, and we will find someone else that will, and it's not a big deal. So no pressure. Go have some fun and get your hog in. We'll see you guys again next week.